What's up, guys? Welcome to Seven Figure Builder. My name is Ruben the Builder. I've built over 250 homes in the past 5 years, and today we have something super exciting to talk about with you.
My name is Arthur the Developer. I've done over 1,000 lots today, developed specifically for the new construction game. And today we are on episode 3 or step 3 of the 7-step process, which is going to be plans and design. I don't want to say it's my favorite part, but I love design. Every project we've ever built, I've been involved in the design aspect of it. So Ruben, if you want to kick us off on that plans and design.
Yeah, let me start off with a story to keep you guys a little bit entertained. So guys, plans and design is a very big item in your 7-step process of building your personal home. Here's why. I've built all these different houses and I've realized that people really care about the layout and design. So number one, if you build the wrong plan, you can set yourself up for failure. And what I mean by that is number one, value engineering, number two, the actual layout, and number three, the actual functionality of your plan. So it's important to go with a plan that has already been used and built, because I designed my own custom plan for my own personal house once, and my lumber package cost me an extra $50,000 more than I expected. Sure, I have a really cool home now, curved walls, 20-foot ceilings, but was it worth the $50,000? I'll let you decide.
Yeah, so on the plans and design, one, you said value engineer and build what people are building. I think it's really important to understand who's involved. Typically, who you have involved is going to be the architect. The architect has an engineer, and then, as you always say, hire the builder. Why would you say to hire the builder?
So the reason why I would say personally to hire a builder is because a builder, oftentimes, he's experienced in the field. In order to get an owner-builder loan, we'll break that down in step 5 of the series. You need to have somebody with experience in order to qualify for the owner-builder loan, 2. And 3, he has plans that he's already built, and he has budgets that go along with those plans that you can use to have a well-rounded understanding of going into this deal, knowing what it's going to cost you, and on top of that, he has a budget and schedule. And so you're coming in with, very little unknowns on what it's going to cost, how long is it going to take, and value engineering, not have any kind of surprises throughout the actual project and build.
So if somebody is building a house for the first time, the recommendation is find the right builder. The right builder will have the right architect, have the right plans, and he'll understand what is selling better in the area. I think a good example would be our student, Ricky. So Ricky's from Chicago. He's building in St. John's, Indiana. I'll explain how that whole deal came together. Never built a house in his life, not in the construction, necessarily the construction space, but in the subcontracting space, landscaping. Landscaping, you're not really involved. You don't watch the house get built. If you're a plumber, you're a little bit more involved. You see what's happening. So we found a builder, worked together. That builder provided multiple plans, but you got to ask the right questions. So a couple questions we asked was, which plan sells the fastest? Which plan do you pre-sell? So when you're halfway through building, somebody's like, I really like that house, I want to buy it. We found out the plan that pre-sells is the one that's open to below, meaning the great room is 2 stories tall and has a master on the first floor. So we said, can we build that plan? Oh yeah, sure. The crazy part is he already had the plan. It was already engineered. All he had to do is pay an architect an hour to put together the site plan, and he's ready to go. So the cost was almost nothing for that plan set. So in plans and design, I actually would love for you to just quickly talk on our 6plexes and our 4plexes infill Portland projects. So we specialized in infill, meaning we find a piece of property nearby, shopping, retail, within a high traffic, high bike, what would be good walk score area. And we have started building these 6plexes over the last 5 years. And the 6plex we build today is very different than the 6plex we built the first time. I would love for you to just share a few things. It's really interesting to see the perspective on how this plan has evolved over time.
Yeah, so I think it's a very good question, because right before filming this episode, we were just downstairs designing our new 6plex. And over the last 5 years of building these high density townhome units in an urban growth area, we've realized closet space is important. Bedroom space is important, right? And people complain about that a lot. And so when you're trying to build these very efficient units, right? And you have a heat pump water heater, for example, that takes up a lot of space, but removes a lot of closet space. People will walk through your units as they're for sale, and you'll get notes back and comments back from these potential buyers saying, "Oh, we didn't buy it because number one, there's no parking. Number two, there's no closet space. Number three, the bedroom is too small." And so how they've evolved, to answer your question, really simple, right? Let's just say you have a hallway and the bedroom door opens into the bedroom, but the bedroom is a 9x10. Just cut off half that hallway, have the door open into a small recess of the bedroom, and now that 9x10 bedroom has full usage. Really, something so simple like that, right? You know, adding an extra foot to the closet, rearranging the bedroom so that there's more space, making the closet deeper. Like little simple things like that are so important when you're building, you know, high density housing.
That just gave me an aha moment, or not an aha, but a realization, right? So if we're doing infill, high density, high traffic, does someone cook in the kitchen all the time? No. But where are they spending most of their time? They come home, drop their keys off, they're in their living room, so you make the living room a little bit more spacious. They go to their bedroom, they have their clothes in their closet, they want to make sure they can have a livable space in their bedroom. And then they go, get changed, get ready, go out. They go to the coffee shop, the bar, the restaurant, whatever they're doing, the event, if there's, you know, live jazz, things like that. Then we're going to back up and go, okay, well now you're 15 minutes outside the city. What are they looking for? A good sized driveway.
Yep.
Is it a 2-car or a 3-car garage? Does the master have a walk-in closet?
Backyard space for the dog.
Is there backyard space? Do you have 2 sinks in the master? I don't want to share a sink with my wife or with my husband. So it's really interesting. Again, when you're doing plans and design, I would just say very simply, go to Redfin. Go to sold in the last 3 months. And go to 2022 is the minimum year built, not maximum, minimum, meaning 2022 or newer homes built.
Thank you so much for getting this far into the video. If you're an action taker and you're looking for the education side of things, the tools, the resources, everything you need to be successful in the real estate development and new construction game, we have an education platform specifically for you.
Awesome. So text the word YouTube to 360-216-0323 and we'll get you connected to the right team member.
And you'll be able to see what sells in what area. Just pull out the map wherever you're at and go to downtown, look what's selling. Then go outside of downtown in a certain pocket. You might see $500,000, $700,000 houses depending on your area. So for us, for example, in more central Vancouver, $500,000 to $700,000 homes. You start going up north to Salmon Creek, Richfield, $1 million houses. You start going east to Camas and Washougal, more high-end $1 million homes.
Potential $1.5, $2 million
different
houses.
type of product, right? Different type of product. You go south of Portland to Lake Oswego, a lot more high-end $1 million homes. So again, the very simple thing is look what is being built around you. If it's going to be a 2,000 square foot home that's 2 to 4 bedroom, don't build a 5-bedroom, 3,500 square foot home.
Yeah.
Build what other builders are building in your area. That'll be the highest rate of success for your builds versus I'm going to create something new and unique. You know, if you want to do that, you're just exposing yourself to more risk. It's not that you shouldn't do it, but you are exposing yourself to more risk.
Wouldn't recommend that for a first-time builder. So ultimately, guys, the lesson for plans and design is get into character. And what that means is get into the mind of someone, of your buyer. What is your buyer thinking? What type of lifestyle do they have? What's most important to them, right? If a large kitchen is not super important to them and they're going out every single night, potentially, you know, you might want to consider doing a bigger living space and maybe a little bit smaller kitchen. Just an idea, right? So get into character, get into the buyer's mind. What do they like to do and what's most important to them?
100%. And then as always, you know, on any single plan set, What I've noticed us compared to spec home or national builders is we always have larger windows and larger doors, meaning 8-foot doors on the entry. We do these 6x6 windows that are slider. So it's a 3 and 6, so 3 feet wide, 6 foot tall panels, and they slide over. And then for like our slider doors, we always do an 8-foot tall slider door, at minimum 6 foot wide. If we can fit 9 foot wide, sometimes 12 foot wide. So even our 900 square foot unit, we put in a 9 foot wide door that's 8 foot tall for a slider for the backyard for natural light. There's nobody that doesn't like natural light. I'm sorry, but the reality is you don't want a dark space. You want it to be natural, have lots of light, and feel more alive. And windows, larger windows, make a space feel bigger.
So ultimately, in order to make a small space feel large, right? So we're talking units ranging from the 500 square foot mark up to maybe the 950 square foot mark. In order to make the small units feel large, lots of tall doors, big windows, maybe like if the unit is anywhere from 12 to 15 units, 12 to 15 feet wide, you're putting in a slider across the entire back wall. So those little things I think are very important to building high density housing and having it sell quickly.
But low density as well, when we do those 2,500 square foot plans, I mean, man, shoot, I remember when we built our first 2,500 square foot home and you were part of that design and you did bigger windows. I walk in, I'm like, dude, there's these just boom, living room, beautiful large windows, and the dining room as well. I don't remember those size, but they were big.
They were big.
They were big. I'm talking probably 6 by 6
at least.
Huge 6 by 6. They were is it paint?
Well, we also had that 16-foot slider as well.
Right. So even on the more urban neighborhood homes that are 2,500, 3,000 square foot, put larger windows. It's not much more expensive, but it just feels
and
bigger.
If I remember, that window package was somewhere around on the smaller house $6,000, and then on the nicer house $10,000 for that entire window package.
It wasn't huge difference.
So it's a really easy upgrade for you guys.
Last gold nugget: talk to your window supplier when designing your plans, because it could be, let's say, a 5 by 7 window could be $300 less. So just work with what is less expensive but feels big. For example, you could put 2 windows 3 by 6 each, or one 6 by 6 slider. It's $250 less.
Awesome.
And so that's what we do. Same thing with the slider door. A 6-foot slider door or a 9-foot slider door is a $500 difference. I'm gonna put a 9-foot slider door because that area of lumber and framing and paint and everything else will save me at least a little bit of money. I think it'll probably be not a wash, but you're talking $200-300 to have the unit feel way bigger. So I don't know if we have a summary for this, but
plans and design, it's very important. Get into character, that's a gold nugget. And 2, work with your supplier while designing the plan.
And builder.
I think that wraps it up. Guys, plans and design is one of the fun steps.
And then the next step, if you missed step 1, how to find a lot. Step 2, making sure the numbers pencil, which is underwriting the deal. Step 3, plans and design. Step number 4, how do you get this thing bundled up, submit it to the city, and approved? That'll be our next episode and our next lesson. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you found this valuable. As always, we love the new construction and development game, and we're gonna continue to drop a ton of value.
Don't forget, we have an online community channel of over 3,000 people. We'd love for you to be there. We have lenders, builders, architects, civil engineers, so many different connections in there. It's a great place to come together. If you're an aspiring home builder, it's a great place to connect. And as always, if you need help, reach out to us. We have an online program as well, 360-216-0323, and somebody will help you out.
Yeah, and I did mention Ricky. As I said, he's already building his first home in framing, and he's only in the game 75 days. So we love pushing and teaching people nationwide. If you're interested, just text us mentorship to that phone number, and we're excited to crush it with you.